and everywhere else, and there was some up here and one or two
But
over
Southwestern
there.
started a year ago, and this
There
is
may
their
have
area.
been one or two in Hartford, a little south of here, but this was their plan. And now they've recently purchased a lot more lease holdings from Chesapeake.
Oh yeah, they bought a whole bunch.
Chesapeake was the only company that came here 5 years ago to buy up leases, and they were 5-year leases. So right now what Southwestern is doing is completing this map, locking in the existing leases, because if they don't do something in 5 years, if they don't create the well unit with at least one well on a pad and lock people in, they have to renegotiate the leases. So they're very busy
So
going
they're
around.
consolidating other people other leasors into their operations so that they
Well, they're
can drill
expanding.
and
They just-
establish themselves
Yes.
as a current drilling operation.
Oh, they're big. They're a lot
So they
bigger
don't
than
have
people
to
think.
renegotiate leases.
So they have to do at least one on each pad.
Right.
They have to drill at least one well on each. They don't have to put it in production, but they just have to start paying something. And in Southwestern leases, they can, as long as you're locked in a unit, even if it's not producing yet, I think that's how it goes. I don't think it has to be producing yet, but they have to start paying you per acre, like something like anywhere from $5 to $20 an acre as per the terms of your lease.
Over what
Per
period?
year
Per year.
to keep you locked in. So it's, stupid.
It's a minimal amount.
I put a lock on that. I put a maximum on that in our leases of 5 years. So if they have to do that for 5 years, the lease is done.
Can you flash me that list of the new permits that you haven't even logged yet?
Yes. Well, that's just one email, because they're
That's
all
one,
like
that's
that.
one email.
Each
That
one
has
of
a
them.
couple. This one has a bunch more. That's Susquehanna County. This is just New Milford. I have them split out. This is more every day. See, look at the dates. Sometimes twice a day.
Walk up. Yeah, let's
To
do
the
that.
pipeline.
Yeah.
But
Instead of
that's
the
all
that's
the
not drive up,
DEP
'cause you
does.
probably
They
don't
do
put-
not
they just-
inspect.
Yes,
Right.
you could walk up.
They just approve.
They don't have the
permits.
manpower to inspect this, right? Especially
They
if
don't
they've
have
been
the
cut all the
mandate.
time.
Forget the manpower.
Yeah.
I sent these letters to Crancer when
So
he
they're
was still in
inspecting
there.
less and less now each
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
What I discovered was in the actual Pennsylvania code for oil and gas, for what they're supposed to be doing, there
Yeah.
is no mandate for inspecting wells. It's called an intention, not a requirement.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was like floored. When in my life have I ever had a job where
Yeah.
I could just have an intention?
I intend to
do
go to work
something?
today, but maybe I won't go. Maybe I won't go there.
So then when you
Might be the
ask
way of the
about
future.
what they're doing, the answer you get is they're meeting or exceeding their requirements, but that's because they're only required to inspect once per well site before any wells are drilled. Just for an erosion and sediment control permit, that's it. That's the only requirement they have.
Yeah.
And we pay them.
Yeah.
Through our taxes, we pay these people to
Yeah. Which is
punch us in the
ridiculous. Which is
face.
Exactly.
Could you do me a favor, bring up
Yeah.
the map with the wells and
I
then show
sound a little
Jackson?
angry. I'm sorry.
No,
You seem
got
pretty.
no reason to be
You
angry.
seem
seem
pretty
pretty-
calm and collected.
You're pretty
You do.
calm
You
right
seem
now.
pretty
That's right.
controlled. Yeah.
Grounded.
Could you
Around
please
it.
show me that map of the well, the ones with the yellow, where there was wells, and you showed Jackson Township? I wanted to see how far to the east you went. See, this is Jackson
I can
here.
show you the physical map.
Okay, so you're familiar with Jackson, that's all.
Yeah, see, this only goes over, this map was only this
There's
portion.
Jackson,
Because
right?
this
Oh, okay.
landman was
Okay.
only responsible for
No, I
this
understand.
area.
Sure, absolutely. Okay.
Right, so, but the truth is, everywhere, if you look at this Google, one of the other things I did when I organized this map, where's Susquehanna County in? There it is, all right, so this is Susquehanna County, the border is, let me make it a little bit bigger. This is Bradford County over here.
And Bradford has over a
Okay,
1,000
now,
wells,
if I
more
turn
than
this
us.
off, yeah, well, Bradford County has been doing it for a lot longer. I'm going to turn off all the fractured stuff. Now, because what I did is I separated those wells. See, just so you see what this is, I kind of organized things. I have compressor stations, natural gas facilities, mystery sites are things I identified on Google Earth. But there's no permits for them. So I don't know if they're compressor stations or whatever, but they look big when you zoom in. For accidents, I track. But if you look at the well pads, you can see, like, for instance, WPX, all of their wells are up here around Silver Lake. If you look at Southwestern, They're all New Milford and Jackson. And then there's a few down here in, I don't know what township.
So they
that is.
organize their territory amongst themselves, kind of
That's
thing?
why they trade
Yeah.
the leases.
Yeah.
That's why they do that. That's why they have that map.
So they can
with-
concentrate their work. and-
Correct.
Yeah.
Right, and Cabot is the worst. They have most of it. Cabot is the worst operator.
Right.
These are active
And that's
wells,
what
as you
Dimmock-
said.
and that's
These are,
what Dimmock
these are the gas
Montrose,
stations show
yeah.
wells.
The yellow are areas that they're permitted, but they have not yet been fracked. They drilling may have started.
May I?
Yes, but that's not up to date necessarily. It's based on that, all the information I get, and my ability to sit down and have the presence of mind to do all that.
Staruka?
Yeah, but turn this on. Click on here, well paths permitted, and you'll see the ones that are over there already. Click on that blue square to turn it on. Now it's off. Now turn that on. There you go.
Okay.
Now you can see. And in Wayne County, they've only just started. So this is Wayne County over here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they did have a couple wells there were old verticals. Oh,
Yeah.
by the
Now,
way,
Wayne
you know what
County,
this
they're
is,
not
right?
supposed to
That's a
be-
wildlife preserve.
State game lands.
When you
Or
say they
state
just
lands.
started, they're not supposed to be drilling there yet, right? Because it's under the moratorium. Is this test wells then?
What's under the moratorium?
Wayne County, Pennsylvania?
No, just the
None
Delaware
of
River
Pennsylvania
Basin.
is under a moratorium.
Oh.
Just the
I just thought the
Delaware
Delaware
Basin.
River, or whatever's in the basin of
Yeah,
that
the
count of
basin,
that
yeah.
county. Okay.
Oh, where is
okay.
the basin? Is this the Delaware River?
Probably the green line is I'm guessing,
It could be.
is basin.
But those are, what's over here? What's that? Click
I
on
don't
that.
know.
That might be an existing one. Oh no, that's a new one. Noski drill pad site, WPX Energy, that's a new one.
And where's that one?
That's for well
WPX?
pad. See, the thing is, when I get these
Yeah.
notices, they don't always give the cool
This is just
locations.
permitted or it's currently drilling?
I'll tell you in a second. What is it? KNO. I just saw Noski come through. It's pending.
WPX Energy.
It was submitted in January for a drill. The first permit you see for a pad is for E&S control. It's erosion and sediment. And that's for just the pad as a whole. But nobody tracks that. They track the wells. I only track the pads.
If this is Frisbee Island, and this is Calicoon, then this must be Equinunk right here, am I right? Yep.
Equinunk.
Zoom in.
It just lit up.
Zoom in. How do you zoom in?
Equinunk
Just use the
Historical
scroll bar
Society
up.
just popped up.
In the center, just scroll up, and it'll go in closer. Go to roll in.
Okay. That's okay.
Or click once first, so it'll recognize
you.
you. Okay.
Equinunk, and you're inside the green line. You're right on the road.
That's it. An EV area.
Yeah, right outside of it at this one here.
But it guarantee you that, I mean, that map with the lease map from Southwestern, that's just one little section.
Right.
I guarantee you every company has those internal documents. Because he called to ask me if he left his map here. And he asked me why he showed it to me. Because I was showing him what I had already done and what I knew about what was happening. And that's why what he was saying was just ridiculous. Of course it's invasive. Of course it's all these things. It is not good.
It's comprehensive.
And here's what I know. And then he went like this. He said, you know what, I'm going to show you something. Because he understood that what I was saying was absolutely true, but he never put it together because he's 22 years old.
Yeah.
And the only
Yeah.
information in his stupid little pea brain
whatever they
is what
schooled
they
him to
put
say.
in there. Right.
Can you tell me what you said? He's 22 years old. Did he was
Straight out of college.
Was there anything else that stood
Oh,
out
he's
about
out
if I
of
had if that stood out about him?
Very nice boy. Okay, he had a girlfriend. He had a fiance. And I said to him, "Is this
Yeah.
really where you'd want to raise your children?"
Yeah, where was he from?
Well, he was currently living. He said he was living in the area, but I think he was living in Binghamton. And they were looking for a place because she was going to go to nursing school in Binghamton.
They're going to need a lot of that.
And I said, well, you know what? If I were you, I would move as far away from
burgeoning
this area
industry.
as possible.
Good for you.
Right. And he, that's why he showed me that. You're right. He says, look at this. That's what he was doing. And then he accidentally left here and called in. I said, I don't know where it is. Picture here on any of this. Here, let me sign in.
Updated fairly recently?
Every at least once a week it's updated.
Very good.
So what I do is I use this to fill in the rest of the information if I find new wells.
From the
Sometimes I'll go here.
so you combine this information with the
I
Pennsylvania
use a lot of
DEP
different
information.
sources to get the information.
Yeah, you said you make observations and you put them in there. Anything else?
I get the e-fax notices from the DEP, but the DEP, and I can't tell you how much I've screamed about this, they do not provide, in most cases, the locations. They'll tell you, here's a new well pad name going in Forest Lake Township. That's the site location. So if you live there, how are you supposed to
How are you supposed to find it?
complain?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, if this, I mean, it's a permit
Well,
application.
they do that deliberately, I suppose.
Yes,
they keep it
they
vague
do.
deliberately.
Yes, they do. They refuse
So-
to do that.
Yeah.
You can't get until it's already a done deal. Then
Yeah.
you get the information. Okay. So this, what was the one I was looking for? Pease, P-E-A-S-E.
Pease,
In
yes.
what county? Oh, it's Susquehanna
P-E-A-S-E.
County.
It was right outside of
All right, here.
Jackson.
So go to Susquehanna County
Susquehanna County.
and then say Pease. Oop. And say view map and permit tables, and there is one well site, and what you get here is it only has one well on it. 2H is the name of it. They don't do them in order. And then you